time. Okay, I don't want to regret that, have those stories always to my next generations or to my current generation or to myself also, of what all things I could not do in life because I did not give my 100%. That is the honest thing. Okay, the sources are there, right? So I was very clear about all that. Okay, so similarly, there is no, in this opportunity, there is no gender based. Okay, there is no age difference. Any age group can start. Okay, there is nobody who's going to judge you what language you talk. There's nobody going to judge you where do you come from. Everybody who talks here talks about where they want to go in life. Okay, so there is so much to talk about this opportunity. You can also add this with some facts and figures, right? But you need to be very clear about it, that why this opportunity made difference in your life today and in what way. It can be in thoughts, it can be in actions, because sometimes, okay, coming back to the business, okay, when we talk about even the belief part, okay, why it happens that, sometimes in the info calls, okay, the most important ingredient of info calls is to share your reason, right? Why did you start this business? Okay, why did you start? What is your reason? And sometimes we try to give something which is really impressive, okay, where opposite person does not judge us. But if you have guts to speak what is right, I think that's going to be the biggest asset of your information call, right? Speak what is right. Why did you start? Did you start because of identity? Did you start because of whatever it is? Okay, because your whole belief, see, belief, it will come from it starts from yourself first. Business is great, working in 25 years plus, everything is great. Okay, it's working out. We always say that, business is not on trial, you are on trial, because it's going rock solid. Okay, there are a lot of millionaires business is creating every year. You know your uplines already, right? You have seen their lifestyle. Okay, you have seen it happening in front of your eyes, even if you were new in that point of in the business. But today, when you see, things have changed for them. Okay, things have changed, the way the attitude, the lifestyle, lot of things have changed in them. Okay, I myself was not like this before, right? I still remember, my first initial days, okay, where belief was there. Belief, I think I never worked on my belief level. Only I required some knowledge to work on my belief level. Okay, apart from that, it was super clear. Okay, but those days, okay, this again and again conversation that we used to talk about it. Okay, that why it is important to have a belief in the process. Okay, sometimes we feel it gets into the head, right? That why this can't be done this way. What if we do it this way? So kya hua if we say this, right? So I used to feel that I'm sure my upline would have tried and tested, because this is not a corporate. Okay, where they would tell you something which will not work for you so that you go down in the business. Okay, this is not going to work that way. This is going to work that way only where you uplift someone, right? So when my upline used to tell me, I never used to, I was so clear about the process that I used to ask questions also. Okay, so that is why that clarity is required. So in your whole information or whatever calls that you make, wherever you feel that you're getting stuck or wherever your tone is going down, okay, when you are talking, your voice modulation is going अंदर ही अंदर कुछ बोल रहे हो. You need to check that and get a clarity about it. Okay, because your belief on your uplines, your belief on the system, your beliefs on all these things, process, products, okay, you will need a clarity. Don't think that it is just a product. Okay, it is no, you should know about it. No, I think about your business you should have a clarity, right? So if you are using a biodesk also, or if you are using a QBI also, whatever you are using, basic clarity science law है सब में, right? And it is beautiful when you know it, right? Basic, I'm not saying become a scientist or don't get, it's fine, that you will come with time, right? But initially you should know the basic things, because that will increase your belief level and that will automatically get a clarity, automatic clarity. Next is about the dreams. Okay, this is already spoken I think a lot. Okay. But get complete clarity about what do you want in life. Clear clarity. Jay. Okay. Clear clarity. I give you one activity to write down right now. Okay. So hear my question properly. What is that one dream, okay, of yours, that you have not shared with anybody till date? You don't need to tell me, just write it down. Okay. What is that one dream of yours that you have not shared with anybody till date? You can write it down. You can think 2 minutes properly. Write full details of it. And nobody's going to copy your answer, so don't worry.
लगा के सब दांव पे आ गए, आजमा लो हमें, आ देख ले जाती है ये हिम्मतें, अब कहाँ पे हमें के हर डर पार के मिट गए अपने ये फासले के हर डर हार के मिल गए हमको ये हौसले जीतना गीत ये सुन ले सारा जहां गिर के उठे जो ज़मीं से वो जीत ले आसमां खेल जा दिल जिगर खेल जा अपनी जान हार ना माने जो खुद से वो जीत जाए जहां जीत जा
Done? Okay. Now I'll tell you the second question. Okay. Today we'll do a little bit of writing. Okay. Write down when you are clear, you have a complete clarity. Okay. What all things will you do if you get all the support that is required for you to do it? Okay. All support, everything, training, everything has been given to you. Everything. What are the things that you want to do in life? Write it down.
सफर पे बढ़े हम तो जीत जाने चले हैं तुम नई बात हो आवाज दो खुद को मुड़ के जरा तुम ही तो नई राह हो खुद ही हो अपने तुम सरबरा जीत का गीत ये सुन ले सारा जहां गिर के उठे जो ज़मीं से वो जीत ले आसमां खेल जा दिल जिगर खेल जा अपनी जान हार ना माने जो खुद से वो जीत जाए जहां जीत का गीत ये सुन ले सारा जहां गिर के उठे जो ज़मीं से वो जीत ले आसमां खेल जा
Done, everyone? Okay. Maybe you can finish it later. Okay. So now keep this with you always. Okay, it's just for yourself. Okay, anyhow, see, when you have a clarity, okay, it's going to be your dream. Okay, things that you wanted to do in life. Okay, things that, because see, sometimes, for example, it can be anything. For example, small things. Okay, when, like, for example, when my mom first time came to Dubai, okay, that was like in 2015. That's the first time she wore jeans. Okay, that's the first time she came all alone. Okay, because I was anyways building Dubai. So there are many things like that. Okay, when you write down properly, okay, when you understand certain things, that you also wanted to do certain things like this. Okay, certain, certain dresses that you wanted to wear, certain kind of identity that you wanted to hold for yourself, or you want to be known for certain things. Okay, there has to be a complete clarity, and that begins when you learn to express yourself enough. Okay, you need to learn to express yourself enough. Okay, that it is fine, say whatever it is your dream. Okay, and you should have those dreams. Okay, where it's okay if people laugh for. Dreams can be out of realization also, by the way. Okay, I remember one story on this. Okay, there was one squirrel. Okay, and that squirrel, used to go every day to work. Okay, for a little bit of those, little bit of nuts. Okay, and every day the squirrel used to go work. Okay, 1 year finished, 2 years finished, 5 years finished. Okay, 10 years finished. Okay, the squirrel still, okay, her internal thing drive was very much there. She used to go, come. Okay, and finally it was very little nut. Okay, which was not enough. She can't even eat that nut because she used to get it for the family. Okay, so it was not possible only for her to grab. Okay, and then finally on her retirement, okay, she was, because she could not do that well, she became little older and all. And that time the owner gave her 50 nuts. Okay, when she took that 50 nuts, she was very happy, very happy. Okay, but after coming back at home, what she realized, she doesn't have teeth only left to eat it. ऐसा ही होता है. Okay, right now, what do you want? Do you have a clarity about it? Okay, because see, I earlier, one more ground rule, when I used to take sessions on dreams and all that, I used to tell them, don't cry and all that, okay? But now I feel, why can't we laugh on it? Dream should be something that should make you smile. Okay, what is that one thing that when you think also about it now, you blush, you become all pink. Okay, your eyes glitter, your eyes shine. What is that one thing? Okay, so and that might keep changing also. But do you have a clarity about it? That's what I wanted to know. Complete clarity about it. And that is something that cannot make you down. Okay. The next thing is about law of attraction. Okay. So please understand there is a lot of, I know I've told multiple times, but I think my whole life journey in this business especially has worked on it. Okay, something that you really want in life, something, that kind of person that you really want to become here. Okay, the kind of person you want to be known for, your family wants you to know for. Okay, the kind of relationship that, everything that you want in life, everything is science. Everything is science. So there is very innocent character called as Mr. Universe. Okay, he doesn't have brains of his own, but he is also very clear in his life that he will listen to every message that you send it to him. Okay, so what are the messages every day that you send to him? Okay, what are those messages? Okay, because I trust me, it works. Trust me. Okay, okay, don't trust me, trust science that it works. Anything that you wanted, that even if good or bad has happened to you, because you asked for it. Any small good things also that has happened to you, you asked for it. We talk about this opportunity also, right? We talk about this business also. It came to your life because you were looking for it. These tools can be expressed to your prospect also, no? Right? That you were a looker. You wanted something in life so badly. Right? And you got it. You got that platform because you believed in it. Okay? It can be any part of the business, anything that you link in your life also, it is law of attraction. Okay, any message that you sent here, okay, sometimes people say about their health issues and all this, lot of other things. Okay, it see everything is a science actually. Everything is a science, and everything starts from that one thought. Everything starts from that one thought, right? And I think right now, me and you cannot afford to have any bad thoughts right now in the business. Okay, we need to be very crystal clear, very crystal clear, complete clarity of thoughts. Because obviously, further we're going to talk about actions, but complete clarity of thoughts. Okay, this is simple, clear. The message that I'm sending to my brain every day, every day, every day. And that's why the whole business also works on repetition. No? We say this, right? Anything that you do 1,000 times works. There is not 1,000 ways to do certain things. But that one way, if you do 1,000 times, it works, right? So that is about law of attraction. Clear, everyone? Okay, automatically when you sort this, you know what is going to get sorted? Your excitement level. Okay, for everybody who, sometimes we say, no, I'm not that kind of person who expresses so much. Okay, I'm not that kind of person who can express excitement in my work. Okay, I'm not that kind of, we keep saying this story, to in our head. And we try to change. So we have become a little better than before. Okay, because after spending so much time with your the associate, when you become like them and all that, you have become little better. Okay, what is stopping right now? I feel that is the worry. Okay, I think one must enjoy this process of getting built in the business. Okay, the whole worry about the time frame, the whole worry about time management, the whole worry about a lot of other things. Okay, sometimes we lose that capacity of making it possible also. Right? I'll show you one nice video and then we talk further. Is that okay? Yeah, can we have the first video?
Did you know that a tree has to grow in two directions at the same time? Did you know that? A tree has to grow in two. It's always growing in two directions at the same time. It's growing down and it's growing up. And what's interesting, if you could see the part of the tree that's under the ground, it looks very similar to the part of the tree that's above the ground. The root system is very similar to the fruit system. I never thought about that. See what's that? Look at. The root system is very similar to the fruit system.
Crazy. I never thought about that.
See what's happening? Look at, right, exactly. Look what's happening to your face right now.
I've seen millions of trees.
Right. And so something as common as a tree, but watch this. Here's what's interesting about a tree. The nature of a tree is that it is both gravitropic and phototropic. Now, you've never probably heard, maybe, have you ever heard of the word gravitropic before? Phototropic?
Never.
Okay. So gravitropic means it grows away from light and towards gravity. That's the root system. It's gravitropic in nature. So the seed goes in the ground and then the tree starts growing down before it starts growing up. Now, here's what's interesting. When the seed is under the ground, it's dark under the ground, it's damp, and it has resistance. The root system has resistance. Mm-hmm. It has to push through the dirt to go down further, right? Well, once it breaks through the earth growing up, there's no more resistance. And the part of the tree that's above the earth grows towards light and away from gravity. So the tree is growing in two directions at the same time. Now, okay, how does that help me in my life, though? That sounds really cool, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that is one of the most beautiful pictures of the way life works that you've ever seen, that I've ever seen. How? It's the work that you do in the dark when it's difficult and damp that makes the work that you do that everybody sees in the light work. Nobody saw you. Everybody sees you now in this beautiful studio, on this podcast, on Instagram Live, on YouTube, on whatever. Everybody can see that. Oh my goodness, David Shands. But they didn't see the gravitropic nature of your journey while you were on your way here, working deep into the wee hours of the morning to become the person. That's the root system. Now, everybody proclaims and professes to desire the fruit system. Everybody wants to grow up toward, oh, just reach for the stars, and I want everybody to see how tall I can be and how sweet my fruit is, and blah, blah, blah. Well, that sounds great. But if you're unwilling to go down, you cannot go up.
Okay, trust me, you will not, you will, root system, when there is so much imperfection, okay, when extra water comes, when the weather goes bad, okay, when all these things happen, the root system, when nobody is, you sometimes feel that, sometimes happens, right? You feel my upline is not even noticing me. Okay, I'm not even a performer. Okay, I don't give so much UBs right now, but I show up in the association every day. I show up. So the next thing is, the next pillar is a discipline of how. Okay. So a discipline of how. Okay, which means your routine has to get set. Okay, see, when you know you are doing such a big business, now you have a clarity about it, that why are you doing such a big business? You cannot give only that much hours, no? Okay, if sometimes even that much doesn't happen, there has to be a discipline which is whole and soul connected to something called as, I name it as a Batman effect. You know what is a Batman effect? Okay, let me explain you. Okay, so let's imagine, okay, now you need to write this, it's just one word. Okay, let's imagine that you have to play some other role. Okay, right now let's say she's Dipti, okay, he's Priyank, okay, let's say he's Ramesh. Okay, let's say, right now you are this. Okay, let's say in the business you have to play some other role. Okay, and that name of the role, which can be your name, you can give it, is a Batman. Okay, or some Superman. Okay, or some superhero. All my years till now I've believed that superheroes can do everything, which means that first of all we should have an acceptance that the role is going to change. Okay, we were playing certain roles before the business. Okay, so we were into a job, we were into a current profession, we were playing a lot of roles that point of time, right? But moment you change, moment the business came into your life, okay, there is some nice avatar that you need to play. Okay, and that avatar needs to get on moment you enter the association. Okay, it can be, see, I don't know, business for me it's 24 hours, so it can be even during those break hours, during those break hours where consciously you are having tea with someone, you are having coffee with someone, you are having lunch with someone, or you are doing some bridging calls, okay, or you are talking to your uplines, whatever works out. Okay, but what is that? Write down that one role that was very close to your heart, okay, which you believed that that person can do anything, anything. Just write down one word. Did you understand? You didn't understand? Okay. A role, for example, see, sometimes when what's your name? Unesh. Okay. So let's say right now Unesh is working as Unesh. Okay. But Unesh decides, no, tomorrow I'm going to be let's say a Superman. What will Umesh do? A lot of multitasking. Okay. So what is that one role, one character? So for example, I would like to call myself a magician. When I become a magician, I feel I can do rock solid work. Right? Now you understood one character, one avatar. Okay, write down that one word for yourself, which will make you believe one fine day that you can do a lot of things in the business also. Write down one word. That comes in your mind first is your word, okay? Written. Okay. Now, every time you get into the business, especially, have a discipline of getting into that role first. Clear, everyone? Remember what I told you in the start? I'm going to only give you tools today. Okay. So moment you get into that, you know you have to switch on that button somewhere. It can be here or on your heart. Okay. You sometimes people do business from the brain, which is also okay. Some people do business from the heart, which is also right. On that avatar of yours. Okay, on that role of yours, trust me, initially it's gonna be like, you know, something that you will also be like, I can also do it. But every time you think of the role, it will give you a feeling that you can do it. Trust me when I'm telling you this, right? Because one role of discipline that is expected in the business is multitasking, right? You know what is multitasking? There's a lot of things you need to do. Okay, you need to set a routine, you need to make a to-do list. Okay, especially a discipline of another thing which is called as communication. Okay, communication everywhere. Okay, see, end of the day we are into networking. Okay, so it is not only business. Okay, it is prospects, communication with your prospects, communication with your colleagues, communication with your bosses, communication with your clients, communication with your uplines, communication with your downlines. Everywhere your communication matters, right? See, we don't live in the world where people can understand silence. Okay, I also used to come from a thought process that my heart is very good, my intent is very good. True. But you need to communicate. You need to express. You need to talk about it. You need to talk about what is your intent all about. Okay, but communication is the key. Okay, sometimes when we, these are the times when you disappear. When do we disappear? When closing is about to happen, but it doesn't happen. So it reached till closing. Okay, prospect came on the table also, but didn't sign up. Everything was ready. Okay, details, and have you seen these moments? It's very normal in the business, by the way. I've seen 97 times. So by that time, I used to become that kind of a person. Yeah, bhai, abhi kuch bolo क्या है करना है नहीं करना है decide करो. Okay, so see, it is very normal. Welcome to the world. Welcome to our business. Okay, it's normal by the way. But then what happens? We try to somewhere we feel we give this victim story in our head. I need 1 day more. I need 2 days. Okay, I need 1 day break. I'm not asking. I will come no parso. Sometimes we don't even communicate this much. Okay, so we don't switch off the phone. Okay, we are not that bad. We don't switch off the phone, but we don't pick upline's call, not because upline could not do the closing, not because of that. But no, you get stuck here, your voice gets stuck. Because you're so much, and I know you are not so money minded. It's not about that shattering of dreams of what money you will make from the prospect. It's not that moment also. It's that moment where you felt little like an achiever for a second, but now the kite and the balloon both fell down after that. But that's the time I always used to show more plans. Okay. But you know what helped me was communication. Okay. In fact, my upline never discussed with me how did you feel after rejection. Okay. That never happened, but he used to give me so much work. And now this, now info, now 3 info, now 2 info, now this. Automatically, I used to forget what I wanted to talk to him actually. Moment I pick up the call, Acha, listen, Gautam, I want to tell you something. Acha, listen, first, did you finish this? Okay, wait, I'll get back. Now, what I wanted to talk, half of the times that I forget, and that automatically now happens with my husband. When he calls me for something, I tell him, like, Acha, Pooja, I want to talk to you something. And then, yeah, tell me. Okay, so for good, does it happen for good? Yes, because upline knows everything. Okay, he knows when the busting is going to happen. Okay, when the vent out is going to happen. But it is okay to vent out. Okay, now all these things for 1 or 2 minutes, everything is okay, because when you remove it from your system, you get clear, you go back to the discipline. Okay, remove it from the system. But you know what our founder Datoshri used to say? He always says everything happens because of us. It's not the prospect, It's not the situation, circumstances, blaming, weather, economy, politics. It's not about all this. Everything is us. When you are in the discipline of showing up. See, discipline is about showing up. Okay, discipline is not about going in the shell. Why would you do that? Okay, one rejection, two rejection, five rejection, close person who is. See, you trust me, you will become a very different person in this journey. And since you have started the business now, but any businessman sitting over here, listening and no is normal. It's very normal. Customers come, they go. Some deals happen, some deals don't happen. Some transactions happen here, some transactions don't happen here. Everything is normal. At least everything is transparent here, by the way. Everything is transparent over here. Okay, everything. See, understand that whole discipline of communication. Okay, transparent communication also is going to be very, very important. Speak it up. Okay, with your downlines, with if you have anybody sitting here, one people, two people, three people, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, don't keep telling they don't do it, they don't do it, they don't do it. It's your story. Okay, end of the day, it's about doing DRs, no? End of the day, the business is about networking, right? So, did you have enough discipline? Okay, did you maintain that to-do list every day? And what is the most important tool of communication? Do we all know there is something called as 108, right? How many times we just copy paste that 108? Okay, just for the sake of it, because my upline had told me, by the way. Okay, no 108, no business. Okay, and I was the one who took an initiative to tell him that make my 108 group, tell me whom to add, I will add it. And then he told me that also have a dream to have other uplines once you grow ahead in life, ahead in the business. So then I used to always have a dream that, okay, now I'm going to add VP Kavita. So after 1.5 years in the business, I asked her that, can I please add you in my 108? And she said yes. Okay. So sometimes, पूछने में क्या जाता है? That's also one thing that comes in my head. But see, what is discipline and what is communication and discipline? Anything that we hide from the uplines, somewhere our conscious knows that kuch gadbad hai. It is simple to understand. Okay, because something, sometimes we keep saying story that he's gonna tell me something, this, that, everything. Okay, but I think we should stop saying stories more and focus on work. Okay, we all are here. Let's be very clear that we are here to make some money, big money, right? And that is why your discipline of waking up on time, okay, your discipline of getting, so when you wake up on time, what happens? Okay, you get some time for yourself, then you get on to the calls, where on the way when you are going to your work also, when you go to the job also. I used to do that. I used to hear Chief Wednesday video messages. Okay, I used to hear a lot of prospecting messages. I used to constantly be on social media at that point of time. Okay, on Facebook that point of time, right? So we used to, chat with them, say hi, hello to them. Okay, yesterday also I got connected with so many of my older friends. Okay, so I was not a very social person. Okay, for me, can I be very honest to you? Office for me was those two friends only. I used to go and chit chat about, because I was just married, no? So I used to go and chit chat whole day about that only to my friends. This happened, that happened, this happened, that happened, this happened. Okay, that was my motivation factor to go to work, honestly. Okay, because that point of time, see, I don't know why I never had that internal urge after some point of time to grow in the corporate, because I used to think that that place is not made for me. Okay, I think I used to see myself not surviving over there. Okay, so I wanted, constantly there was, do you talk to your friends, cousins initially? Then let's do something, let's do something. Okay, with husband, wife. Okay, we talk all this thing, right? Let's do something, kuch to aur karte hai, kuch to aur karte hai, right? But the whole discipline only used to come from that, right? And that is why I'm trying to tell you, have your checklist, have your to-do list for yourself. Okay, anything that you do, you take initiatives, rather than upline making a plan for you. Okay, and follow. So it's okay, there is something called as one thing at a time. So first follow 5 things this week. Okay, you make a checklist for yourself. Okay, this is the discipline that I'm going to follow. Okay, for example, in a year, okay, there is something called as events. Okay, so in a year there are usually 2 events at least. Okay, that happens. Okay, one is on a big platform, one is your internal event, one is, of course, then there are a lot of things, QSP and all that comes in between, right? So somewhere there has to be a discipline formed in your checklist also, that there will be nobody who is going to convince me for me to come to that event. Okay, there are certain things in the business that I'm supposed to attend for my business to work. It will start from here only. Okay, it will start from by you taking a discipline of decisions also, right? But for that event, for that camp, what I need to do, where all things I will be able to do it, right? Have those disciplines, and the best way to make that discipline is to have your checklist for yourself. Okay, in your house. Okay, stick that checklist somewhere. Okay, do you make those schedules for meals? I make it for my kids. Okay, I stick it on the fridge so that I don't have to use my head so much. Okay, it was very irritating to make schedules for the meals every time, because they come and ask us only, what do you want? Better to see that, right? Same way, your to-do list, your checklist. Okay, your checklist. Okay, these are the things that I'm going to do. Your discipline of following. Initially, like I told you, maybe 50% you will not be able to follow. No problem. We are here to work on it, no? Right? We are here to work on it together. Right? So that discipline is something which is going to be very, very, very important. So everybody that you see, sometimes when we see our uplines, we feel that unka to ho gaya. They made it. Okay, their journey is done in the business. But how? Okay, so that's what the video also said, right? How did they do it? Have that communication with your uplines in the association. See, asking right questions also is an art. Okay, learn. Maybe you would have heard that journey before. It might happen to you if you are old in the business. But when you at the stage that you are in the business right now, if you ask them the questions and when they talk to you, you might seek something else this time. Right? So very, very important that you seeking something at right point of time is always important, no? Always important. Right? Clear, everyone? Okay. And the third pillar is consistency of what? Okay. Consistency of what? So that clearly says activities. I'm not writing here because I want to do something else with you right now. Okay. So that clearly says activities. Okay. So see, you need to be a planner for yourself. Okay. So we will do one small activity. Do you all have a fresh page with you? A fresh page. Okay. So take a fresh page. Okay. Okay. My height is not so much. Can somebody help? All right. Okay. Okay. So take a fresh page. Okay. Now listen to the instructions properly. Okay. You need to make one round. Okay. And we call this round as wheel of day. Okay. Clear, everyone? Okay. Hear it properly. Don't make it right now. Hear it properly. I'll give you some time to make it right now. Okay. But just hear it properly. It is very easy to understand. Okay. Quickly make this many parts. Okay. Easy? Easy? जोर से बोलो. First liner वाले बोल रहे थे. Okay, all right. Okay. So here you will start writing 0, 1, 2, 3 till 10 on every line. Okay. सारे में all 10, 10, 10. So this is your grading system for yourself. I'm not going to see it. Okay. Now you will write here. So now write this down, what I'm trying to tell you. Write this, the tools. Write info calls. Write it down. Info calls. Invite calls. Edification. hot zone, show FP. Am I fast? Uh, yes or no? I'll repeat again till now, okay? Info calls, invite calls, edification, hot zone, show financial plan, upgrade my name list, and dream list together. Huh? Together, huh? Upgrade my name list and dream list. Have positive thoughts. Sorry, name list and dream list is a different point, huh? Okay. So now we are done with the 10. I will repeat it. Okay. Info calls, invite calls, edification, hot zone, show financial plan or plans if you are older in the business. Okay. Uh, what is the next one? Upgrade your name list, have upgrade your dream list, and have positive thoughts. 10 things. Are we on the same page? Anybody lost any point? Okay. So, huh? 80 what? 8 points. Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, done with the 8 points. Okay. So now what will you do is there is something called as present state. There is something called as desired state. Okay, you can just write short forms. PS, DS. Okay. So for example, in 0 to 10, where do you think is your present state in terms of the quality of your calls, in terms of your consistency in that you are doing it? So let's say if it is example 5. So you will write your PS. And if your desired state is 10, you will write your DS. Clear? Easy for everything. Don't do it right now. I'll give you time. Just understand it. Present state, desired state. Okay? And if this is your page, here you will write plan of action. For everything, at least 2 points. Info calls, 2 points. What is your plan of action? So now you know your present state. Now you know your desired state. I am trying to help you to achieve your goals. But for that, you need to have your goals. Clear? Because you need to be very consistent in your goals. Okay? It is easy. Any difficulty so far? Okay, so plan of action here. Then second one will be plan of action for invite calls, AB. So other side of the page, whole page, you're going to write your plan of action. Present state, desired state, you're going to mark it here only. Clear, everyone? Any questions? Easier. Okay, but take your time, okay, because it's for yourself. Okay, can we start? Draw a bigger circle so that it will help you. Okay, start. I'll give you it. You have a paper for them.
लगा के सब दांव पे आ गए आजमा लो हमें आधे खिले जाती है ये हिम्मतें, अब कहाँ पे हमें के हर डर पार के मिट गए अपने ये फासले के हर डर हार के मिल गए हमको ये हासिले। जीत का गीत ये सुन ले सारा जहां, गिर के उठे जो जमीन से वो जीत ले आसमां, खेल जा दिल जिगर, खेल जा अपनी जान, हार ना माने जो खुद से वो जीत जाए जहां, जीत जा। आने दो सामने सा मुश्किलें, हाँ हम ना किसी से डरे, हम वक्त बदलने चले, हाँ चले हैं। जाने दो हारी हुई मंजिलें, हम नए सफर पे बढ़े, हम तो जीत जाने चले हैं। तुम नई बात हो आवाज दो खुद को मुड़ के जरा, तुम ही तो नई राह हो खुद ही हो अपने तुम सरबरा। जीत का गीत ये सुन ले सारा जहां, गिर के उठे जो जमीन से वो जीत ले आसमां, खेल जा दिल जिगर, तुम नई बात हो आवाज दो खुद को मुड़ के जरा, तुम ही तो नई राह हो खुद ही हो अपने तुम सरबरा। जीत का गीत ये सुन ले सारा जहां, गिर के उठे जो जमीन से वो जीत ले आसमां, खेल जा दिल जिगर,
और आपको उसको सेंड करना, ये आपका गोल डिजायर स्टेट क्या करना है। देखिए इसके लिए प्लान ऑफ एक्शन क्या होगा आपका, ये आपको इधर लिखना है इसके लिए इनको करना है, हर एक के लिए सही बंदे So present state is your current state, desired state is your goal, and plan of action are the things that you will do to achieve that goal. Clear? Okay? Do it. I'll give you 5-7 minutes more. कर लो. नहीं हुआ तो फिर do it at home, but करो अभी शांति से. On goal. Have you still not done your homework or you do it more? Yeah. And you can replace it if you're old in the business. Replace with book reading. If you are older in the business, you can replace horizon with book reading. Okay? You can ask me if you want any questions. Huh?
It's very hard about talking about positive talks and having a positive thought. Having such pattern, or sometimes when you see you have invited somebody from your place. Now you're in a conversation or negativity where they talk about you behind your back because they are having a silent parties and everything, and you know that is something very and you can't handle that negativity inside your brain. So what should I do?
लगा के सब दांव पे आ गए, आजमा लो हमें, आधे खेले जाती है ये हिम्मतें, अब कहाँ पे हमें के हर डर पार के मिट गए अपने ये फासले के हर डर हार के मिल गए हमको ये हौसले। जीत का गीत ये सुन ले सारा जहां, गिर के उठे जो जमीन से
Okay. Do you want to do this? Are we done? Or is anybody who is not done? Could not finish? Okay. So plan of action is something which will be left, I think. Correct? It is going to be your goals. Okay. You need to be consistent with it. Okay. You see, consistency is all about achieving your goals. Okay. You know, all these drives that comes in your team. ओके ड्राइव्स आती है, ओके ये क्वालिफाई होना है, वो क्वालिफाई होना है, कैम्स आ रहे हैं, ओके नाउ योर कंसिस्टेंसी इन एक्टिविटीज इज गोना टॉक अ लॉट. दिस इज द कंसिस्टेंसी दैट इज रिक्वायर्ड. नाउ व्हाई डिड आई टेल हॉट zones? Because there will be people whom you went and talked before, but that time of your present state in the business was very different, no? And you can always, if you have done with that, you can replace it with communication, you can replace it with book reading, upgrading knowledge. Right? If you are older in the business, you can replace it by taking modules. Are you getting the point? But your wheel of the day is all about consistency. Consistency in all these things. There is a skill that you need to learn for this. Okay? And that is why I'm trying to tell you, be consistent. Okay? Trust me, with time. With time, I do not take any negativity inside. With time. Okay? कुछ भी हो जाए, my state of mind, I will protect it. Because I want to, this will cannot stop. This for me is life. Okay, this will cannot stop. Okay, people's perception, people's talking about me. Okay, this will happen under your ignorance also, by the way. When you don't know also, your family talks at times. It's very normal. Okay, but business is all about, see, when you are in that speed, no, when you are running for something, okay, you don't listen when people claps for you also that point of time, and you don't listen when somebody is pulling down also, because speed is important. Consistency is all about speed. It's all about achieving your goals. It's all about keep doing till it works. Keep working till it works for you, till you achieve certain milestone. Because when you are very consistent, the third pillar of what in all these things, trust me, your valuation in your mind is going to be very different. Because right now you are not about people, or you are not about, you are not about your own failures in the business. Okay, you are not about, you are detaching with success and failures both. Because right now you are very consistent with that wheel moving. Are you getting the point? Why did I tell you to do this? Because plan of action is going to be your plan only. It's your word. What does VP Kavita say? अगर मैं कुछ बोलता हूँ तो मैं वो करता हूँ. So it's going to be your word that you are giving it to yourself. अगर आप अपनी खुद की नहीं सुनोगे तो आपका कौन सुनेगा फिर? Right? So yes, I am telling you, there will be festivals coming in between. He will plan all these games in between. सब कुछ आएगा, issues आएंगे, personal issues आए, everything will come in between. It's okay. We cannot ignore, but we can handle it, no? We cannot ignore everything. Business does not say, oh, only do this, baki sab bhaad mein gaya. No, business is not saying this. Yes, commitment is important, and we all did this because we wanted to, as a choice, as a will. We wanted to show up as consistently as we can. Because it was more about that fun that we wanted to have this. Running for business was never so stressful. Right? And I used to keep telling this. I'm telling you, see, any areas of that life, okay, which you feel is black right now, you can make it white. And the only way I know is by working hard in anything that you do. Person becomes relevant. I feel that I become relevant only when I work hard. Baki sab is aayega when it has to come. Right? Constantly running on this wheel. Okay, that is going to be your day, a multitasking day. Okay, any areas that you want to make sure. So next time when you see after 1 month, your present state, agar 3 8 will become 5. And maybe desired is also 10, but your plan of action changed because you worked on that plan of action. Two things that you worked constantly. Are you getting the point? Okay, I'll show you one amazing video. Amazing video. Okay, and you should, I don't know if you know about her. If you don't know, you will get to know it now. Okay, she is a bronze medalist. Bronze medalist. Okay, can we have that last video?
दीदी, मुझे भी कुछ करना है। मुझे भी वो पैरालंबियन बनना है।
बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी।
हाँ दीदी, जरूर करूंगी। पहले लगता था कि मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा। सबका सही से निशाना लग रहा था, लेकिन मेरा नहीं। बहुत बुरा लगता था। तब दीदी ने बोला, रोज सर की ट्रेनिंग पे ध्यान दे, मेहनत कर, तेरी अभी शुरुआत है, तू भी कर सकती है। तो मैंने मेहनत की। दिन रात, बहुत सारी मेहनत। पर मेरी कहानी यहाँ शुरू नहीं होती। मैं कश्मीर की एक छोटी सी गांव की हूँ। मेरे पापा दिन भर खेती करते हैं और मम्मा बकरियां संभालती है। मेरी बहन शिवानी छोटी है, पर मेरा सबसे ज्यादा ख्याल वो ही रखती है और सबसे ज्यादा तंग भी वो ही करती है। जब मैं तैयार होती हूँ ना, माँ बोलती है कि मैं सबसे सुंदर हूँ। माँ भी ना पर हूं ना मैं सुंदर। बचपन से ही मुझे स्कूल बहुत पसंद था। पहले लगता था कि मैं नहीं जा पाऊंगी क्योंकि मैं अलग हूं ना, लेकिन किसी ने भी मुझे अलग होने का एहसास नहीं दिलाया। स्कूल के बाद सारा दिन मैं और मेरे दोस्त खेलते रहते, पहाड़ और पेड़ पर चढ़ जाते। जब पहली बार मैं पेड़ पे चढ़ी, सब डर गए, लेकिन मैं नहीं। लेकिन जब लोग मुझे घूरते हैं ना, मुझे बहुत बुरा लगता था। पर अब नहीं, क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि मैं लाखों में एक हूँ। किसी में कोई कमी नहीं होती, बस थोड़ी मेहनत की जरूरत होती है। मैंने इन कहानियों से बहुत कुछ सीखा है। सच में किसी में कोई कमी नहीं होती।
Today has everything in this video. Okay, whether you need an upline, whether you need a goal, whether you have certain things that is your understanding and limitations that you have in your head. Nothing, everything, if you work hard consistently, okay, if you work, मतलब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि everything is possible. Okay, just have a proper time management, simple, clear, positive thoughts. Activities has to be very clearly defined. इसके अलावा बिजनेस में और कुछ सीखना ही नहीं है, फिलहाल तो इतना ही चाहिए, इतना ही चाहिए फिलहाल. आई थिंक एट एनी स्टेज ऑफ द बिजनेस दैट यू आर इन, दिस मच इज इनफ फॉर यू टू रॉक दिस बिजनेस. ओके, एवरी टूल्स इज बीन गिवन टू यू नाउ. सी, वो जो थोड़ा बहुत डर भी लगता है वो बहुत नॉर्मल है, दैट विल कम विथ प्रैक्टिस. ओके, दैट इज फाइन. Okay, trust me, with time, okay, you will meet the best version of yourself. So when you write this wheel also every day, write down, niche likho, I am the best version of myself. Best that I can give in that day is this. So you can also reflect. No, it's about you. ये और किसी को दिखाने के लिए है ही नहीं. It's about you, right? Your appliance is always there. Like, no, उसने वो bronze medalist है against all odds that you saw. Which means you can also become a sapphire star. You can also become a platinum star. But आपका goal list ready रखो ना उसके लिए. आप लिखो उसमें, आपको जो लिखना है वो लिखो फिर. I just gave you the tool today. Right? You write, that wheel will keep changing. Clear everyone? Right? See, जो भी है ना साथ में कर लेंगे. हंसना रोना सब कुछ हो जाएगा, पर साथ में कर लेंगे. Okay, है. Okay, if you don't have your upline staying in this country right now, communicate wherever they are, no? कोई तो होगा ऊपर 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 ऊपर, कोई तो होगा, right? And you have your dream as your upline also. Clear everyone? Thank you very much.